Nagaland Governor R.N. Ravi says Government of India is absolutely clear that there is and there shall be only one national flag and constitution in India. Manipur joins World AIDS Day observance. MACS Project Director Shambanduram Rosita calls for timely detection of HIV. Chief Minister Nongpam Biren reviews COVID-19 situation in Manipur. CM espouses timely diagnosis and hospitalizations. Imphal Municipal Corporation Public Health and Sanitation Chairperson A. Nutan Chandra clarify IMC takes no money for funerals of COVID-19 deceased. Manipur reports 198 new COVID-19 cases and 8 deaths in last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 289. A 25-year-old Thobal the Kekman Primary Health Sub-Center turns into a chicken coop, depriving villagers of health facilities. India's COVID-19 tally crosses 94.62 lakhs with over 31,000 new cases reported in the last 24 hours. Recovery rate nearing 94%. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm Kanel Shambanduram. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear your masks properly and maintain a safe distance. Now top stories and latest news at this hour. Nagaland Governor R.N. Ravi has said that the Government of India is absolutely clear that there is and there shall be only one national flag and constitution in India. He said that anyone taking anything contrary is peddling preposterous lies and are trying to confuse and mislead the people. Greeting the people of the state on the eve of 58th Statehood Day of Nagaland, R.N. Ravi said, quote, unquote, we stand at the crossroad of history. The right decision taken today will determine our future and the destiny of our upcoming generation. He added that the Government of India has never ever talked, much less negotiated with anyone on the territorial integrity and sovereignty of the country, and misadventure to disintegrate the nation shall not be tolerated. The NSC and IM, which is holding talks with the Centre for the last 23 years, is insisting on the separate Naga flagged and constitution to arrive at a final solution to the Indo-Naga issue. Ravi, however, noted that there are some people who are standing as a roadblock to the aspirations of the people of Nagaland. President, Vice President and Prime Minister have greeted people of Nagaland on their Statehood Day. Nagaland became the 16th state of the Union of India on 1st of December 1963. Manipur joined in the observation of the World AIDS Day today, making the occasion. Manipur State AIDS Control Society and Manipur State Commission for Women organize a health camp for women and children at a Quiggy Club in Singjumai, Oinam, Thingeld. Speaking on the occasion, Max Project Director H. Rosita encouraged people to get HIV tested on time to facilitate treatment, while the MSCW Chairperson Professor Binota Mainam stressed on the need to provide proper counseling and treatment to COVID-19 patients who are already living with HIV.
and koi Manipur gi oina koi gi HRGs mayam di nako gi program mayam si pai khat padagi khitang moi gi marak ta di HIV prevalence se hanthara e to bodabu koi general population da di koi gi prevalence se dum wang na lady aduna koi punna HIV se koi prevention na kwai dagi phai aduna koi punna si gyan tamina ba ma su yam na darkar lei
hojiki leiriba pandemic ki matam sida hena affected weriba se HIV ga loina na leibiriba nupa natraga nupi maru ena hena nupi angang singda hena khudong thingai oirak pase masi akhoi gi sarkar gi report gi so khoi yamna phangjabani na makhoi bu karmai tawdana nupi amasung angang sing masi gi leina se ga HIV ga loina na biriba mayam ase khajik tawba su protection ngamgadage haibagi khongthang siga loina na akhoi AIDS control society na sinbirakpa aduga khoina masi fully corporate tawjaraga akhoi gi singjabe mai kai sida sinjabani.
District Administration in Falk West and the District Social Welfare Office in Falk West, by joining hands with Youth Initiatives, formed Manipur also observed World AIDS Day today. Awareness inquiries were held to mark the event held at Lumfeld DC complex as a part of a Drug-Free India mobile campaign, which started on 21st of November. Imphal West DC and Praveen appealed to stay away from drugs to prevent AIDS.
Hojik COVID ki luraba tanja sidasu nisha chicharu haksang sida koi part khara da nisha sina marmoidana part si phalak trakan sida COVID ki mahik sina sangrakan sida part makai da take tawre herga hena thuna sinangai masak oibadagi madugumba laibak thidan lahidaba mayams leigre aduna sigi tanja simak tai koi nisha tokpa nisha lepa adagi nisha sidagi lapthongna tham leina hona bisiam tangai phadi habise ma'am thamjani.
World AIDS Day was also observed in Moreh today. Dedicated People's Union Moreh organized the event under Manipur State AIDS Control Society. Staff of Dedicated People's Union along with Moreh Police Station Commando Complex 43 Assam Rifled of Indo-Myanmar Friendship Gate No. 1 post. Additional to Deputy Commissioner Moreh Office carried out the Red Ribbon campaign in T. Motha village and other remote villages of Indo-Myanmar border. Speaking on the sideline, the project manager of Dedicated People's Union, Lucky Ngumcha, called upon each and everyone to take personal responsibility to eliminate HIV from the world. World AIDS Day 2020 was also observed at Home Sweet Home in North AOC today. Maitai Limarold Sinai Sangh organized the event on the themed Global Solidarity Share Responsibility. MLSS Secretary S.C. Chauba, Laimakol Secretary A.C. Nganthoiba, TI Project MO Dr. Preeti Kaveri and people living with HIV/AIDS took part in the event. Chief Minister Nongthawan Birendra reviewed the COVID-19 situation of the state in a meeting held at the lawns of Chief Minister's Secretariat today. Deputy Chief Minister Yumnand Joykumar and other ministers, Chief Secretary Dr. Rajesh Kumar, Principal Secretary Health V. Vumlumang, Director Health Dr. K. Rajo, RIMS Director Professor A. Santa, JANIMS Director Dr. K. Bhimo and other high-ranking officials attended the meeting. Speaking at the meeting, the Chief Minister emphasized on the need for timely diagnosis and hospitalization for effective treatment and prevention of casualties. He directed the concerned officials to regularly monitor availability of oxygen in all the district. The Chief Minister also asked the officials to make a WhatsApp group for the medical superintendents of all the government and private hospitals for a better cooperation amongst them. Chairperson of IMC Public Health and Sanitation, Hijamt Nutin Chandra, has clarified that Imphal Municipal Corporation IMC did not take rupees 15,000 from the families of those who died of COVID-19. He clarified that the amount was given by the Deputy Commissioner concerned to carry out the funeral. Speaking to media at IMC office in Kanglapat today, Lieutenant Chandra condemned that some local dailies have to blame IMC of charging money for funerals of COVID deceased. He said the only Jamindar of IMC and IO of unclaimed dead body, Muhammad Anwar Ali, has cremated more than 150 people who died of COVID-19, abandoned by their families. Lieutenant Chandra appealed not to repeat such act and not to publish any news without a proper knowledge, as it demotivated IMC staff and officers working as COVID warrior.
Mi asiba mi mabu lai da mi to thang matam da mi yam da mi mari de ta pote makhoi thang bagi pecha adu ma khorsa pasa khar khaki du di adu da ubiraga matam mi spati lu palising tranga laure covid lai kida mi aloi mi thomom pangthok pada IMC lu palising tranga lau thomi yam na pena de ga bofam si mi amani khakna ga ekhoi gi municipality bu nungsi da bai mong ngang ma mong mali sigumba parja da aran ma mong du ube mong to biba adu ga suma thona lai ba MD Anwar bu la na pakthong no hotna ba obiganu thangbi ning ba lai ga su dai ekhoi da lakpi da ga khoi officer sing unabi da ga thangbi ba ya ga ni lai kai da ba huji poloi bina ba mi nei tadana ja khoi Imphal West ki wena kalim kan disina ya piraga lekai club ki yana raga khoi gi mangi committee yana puloi bi yawi khoi thengajaba da masi matam da kana da thokpote lekai mi thokpote ba masa matom tana mungi mi amani khak ba thomom pan thok puloi bi yawrim ne ba mabu thagat pi gi haida dana paisa laure charge to bi ba municipality ba charge to ba se masi yamna pang da ba illegal oi ba duga municipality ba tamna thoina tawge mata gum taw mas thabak sidi masidi matu munau to bi dana ba hambal appeal am tawjali.
Social and culture activist Rakesh Nauram has appealed to Chief Minister Nongthombam Birend and the relevant authorities to taking off rupees 15,000 as lever charge and cremation charge allegedly by the IMC from the families of those people who died of COVID-19. Speaking to media at Manipur Press Club today, Rakesh condemned the act of causing more problem to the surviving family members. He also appealed to the government to form a COVID-19 policy to avoid such inconveniences. He also appealed to allot a separate cremation ground for COVID-19 deceased. Manipur reported 198 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 8 deaths in the last 24 hours. As per State Health Department and COVID-19 Command Control Room, the press release at 5 p.m. today, Manipur's total confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 25,243, out of which 3,236 are active cases. In the last 24 hours, 8 COVID-19 patients of 54-year-old men from Imphal East, 2 73-year-old men also from Imphal East, a 35-year-old man from Imphal West, a 58-year-old man from Kangpokpi, a 80-year-old woman from Ukhrul, a 75-year-old man and a 42-year-old woman, both from Vishnupur, have passed away. 5 patients died at RIMS and 3 at Jenims. With this, that toll has reached 289. On the positive note, 152 people recovered in the last 24 hours. With this, a total number of the recovered cases have reached 21,718. State's recovery rate improved to 86.03%. Newly infected persons are 156 from the general population and 42 are personnel of the Central Armed Police Force. Newly infected persons from the general populations are locals with no significant travel history. They are 48 from Imphal West, 41 from Imphal East, 21 from Vishnupur, 7 from Taubal, 6 from Ukhrul, 3 from Kakching, 2 each from Tamilong, Jidibam, the Kangpokpi and Churachandpur, and 1 each from Senapati and Ukhrul district. They are being shifted to COVID care facilities and necessary measures are on the way. Taubal Kekman Primary Health Sub-Center has been turned into a chicken coop. Impact News reporter Jyotin Kundrakpam and camera person Eld Kavi bring you an exclusive report.
Following an agreement with the government, Thongam Ibomcha of Thawal Khengman in Thawal district donated his land for the construction of a primary health sub-center on December 11, 1994. Ibomcha was given a written assurance by the then government of providing him a job at the sub-center. Manipur Development Society constructed the sub-center during 1995-96 and even extended a room in 2018. However, Ibomcha has not received any benefit, nor the sub-center constructed 25 years ago is operational till date.
Ishagi Kungi Alamanting Yaurga, Pardhan, Belwin Suni Yaurga, Aishamaki, Sanguida, Pamaga, Data, Raita Hibani, Matandu de Su Gomena, Hayan Karigumba, Sanji Harva Matunda, I Ibom Zaharibani Pasi Wena, Magi Pass Priority Wena, Lamje, Hongjanbaga. Such centers here, Hongjambag Magi Posa Mako Gomini, Satis, Wedna Pig in Hadna, Adugi Aibasi, as you had a lejay.
Thawal Khengman Primary Health Sub-Center remains non-functional till date despite a proper structure. Instead of utilizing the sub-center, Ibomcha in consultation with the Khengman Panchayat members has opened a shed at his gate to carry out activities related to the sub-center.
Ibom Zahariba, I Samaki Wena, Posama Pixinu Chauchunu PBU, Haina Ayaba Pitoche, Adu Gomens, Haitake, Hoji Pavada, Hakarimata, Yingsan Director, Maramaduna, Aina, Aiki Posima Pidri Hodai, Samana, the Tinjan Javani Harbakano Jadgo, Hoji Tinjan Bahariba, Aiki Jagas, in the Tongana, Panchaki through the Torga in Hajabadagi, Sangama, Ishaki Tongana, Huji, Saraga, Lady Vesta, Hariba, Istabsing, Huji Ran, Todun Legery.
Ibomcha rears chicken at the center and plant vegetables around the center to add to his family's needs.
Kenosi post happy Adagi Makoina, Hide Kenosi, Akina Pusas on the Sang Laboratory, Equina, post of Peter Gadi, Aquina Sangbayar, I think Wamakam Tamjaki. Adagi was about the Sambam the lady, Adubo. Equi some Katuto level pre the level Kenosidi, Masingarang, Sikatan, Equi, Masikariumba Kodong Sabama, some Mangang in Salawa, people who were Posida, Karum Kodong Sabam, Luxury again, Equi, Masingarangasi, in Kergalui.
Ibomcha expressed desire to take back his land as the then government has failed to keep its promise. He urged authorities concerned to revive the center and ease the plights facing the villagers.
Ngasi the Hogi season at the lane, Gomi is Hatiki Laga, Kasimazu, and Obama Haptok Tabayadriana, Adi Sentendi Carapanina, Hydbaka, Mamang the top togas hang and lady was a Simutumuna Laga, top Piramana. 25-year-old Thawal Khengman Primary Health Sub-Center has turned into a second coup, depriving villagers of health facilities. This is no doubt due to the failure of the authorities concerned. Construction of an extended room of the non-functional sub-center in 2018 hints misappropriation of public money. With cameraman El Kavi, this is Jyotin Khundrakpam, Impact News.
Well, now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. We will be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News.
Admission notice, South Asian Institute of Rural and Agricultural Management, Langjing Achoba, Imphal. We are offering the following full-time degree courses for the academic session 2020-21. Name of the course, BBA in Marketing or Human Resource or Finance, BSc Programs in Agriculture. Last date of admission till 5th of December 2020. For more details, please contact South Asian Institute of Rural and Agricultural Management, phone number 9612-812-346.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Primetime English Bulletin. India's COVID-19 tally has crossed 94.62 lakhs with 31,118 new cases reported in the last 24 hours. Country's recovery cases have reached 88,89,585 and recovery rate stands at 93.94%. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, death toll has reached 1,37,621 and active COVID-19 cases have come down to 4,35,603. Maharashtra is on top with above 91,000 active cases of COVID-19, followed by Kerala with above 62,000 active cases. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 6 crore 36 lakh 41,000 people. Above 1 crore 4 lakh 74,000 people have died, and recoveries are above 4 crore 40 lakh 28,000. United States of America is on top with more than 54 lakh 22,000 active cases of COVID-19, followed by India and Brazil, while China, from where the pandemic started, is at the 71st position with just 277 active cases of COVID-19. Medical Superintendent of 50 Veded Ayush Hospital, Lumphilpat NG Mema, said treatments are being carried out by strictly adhering to COVID SOPs at the hospital, regardless of COVID-19 situation of incoming patients. Speaking to Impact News at the hospital today, Meme appealed to ailing people not to be afraid of visiting hospital for treatment, as well as to collect Ayush Plus immune booster and free medicines. She also appealed to encourage doctors and staff of the hospital. MS and G Mema donated Ayush Plus immune booster to Impact News team.
Pelgi Ayush Hospital da any anaba amana lakpa matamda akhoi COVID test tawragasu yengi tawdragasu yengi masana test tawraga certificate pairaga lakpusu yawi adubu certificate paidaba patient singda di noi COVID test tawrakte akhoi da ticket kakpa yade yengde haiba adugumba akhoi karimta leijade each and every patient sing equally akhoi treatment pijari. Anaba changakpa patient khudingmakta akhoi protective measure akhoi phajana laujai. Ayush Hospital sidaida akoina prajagi waina free of cost da lemna akoi hospital da phangba hidak ayamba 80 to 100 ti akoi lemna pijai marak ta akoi hospital da leitaba hidak kharadi mapandagi leinaba akoi dum prescribe taujai ampelgi.
International Peace and Social Advancement IPSA has allowed state government's strict order against private practiced by government doctors. Rotary Club of Polo City Infalt and the Fortis Escorts Hospital in New Delhi distributed COVID-19 safety kits like face masks and hand sanitizers to residents of Haikrujam and Kumbong in the Konthaujam constituency today. Konthaujam MLA Dr. Sapam Ranjan was present on the occasion. Progressive Youth Farmers Association has appealed for government's assistance for enhancing its fish farm to make abundant fish available in the state. Speaking to media at the association's fish farm in Lumphilpat today, President of the association I. Prameshwar said 26 people are breeding fish on 17 acres of land. He said the association produces 28 tons of fishes every year. Prameshwar appealed to the government not to seize the wetland where fish farming has been carrying on since 1970.
Lango lambi lakpa di Hongkong to Sijagi lambi lakpa adagi di Sidagina di Tongala lambi lakpa lambi ini silaga uku mau kata ising silit pedagi ising tum lagi na pau bayar akta pedagi lau bayar akta pedagi kuina masih khanna raka bukri dol ka farmang thok pani adu asiguma bukri dol ka farmang thok ba sei asu yang koi re sei kuntra gi mathata leire kuina hajane mudi huji honorable CM koi mayam sibu kitang sokat pidana koi farm ji mating bang biraga koi bogum phana koi nga gi pothoga aliba yang nabi pothoga aliba sida mating bang bo na koi khara sogat laning ma adu kinamta sigi keno.
Director of Team Rudda Private Limited, Kamal Jamaluddin, said that Team Rudda will provide loans at 0% interest to those who want to start biofrog fish farms. Speaking to media at the Rudda office and New Chekond Road today, Kamal appealed to attend biofrog training being organized by Team Rudda. He said that 30 people, each from 60 constituencies of the states, will be selected and provided the benefits. He said the Rudda team will support them financially to enhance fish production in the state.
बायोफ्लक तौदी तौनिंगबको अदुगा हाइबा मेट्रेन सिंग सेटअप तौबगी फाइनेंशियल की प्रॉब्लम दी लेबा मखोय सो कोइना सी ऑफिस सिदा मखोय गी दमक थोंग चावना हागी सब चाना थबुक तौनिंगबगी ईगरनेस लेबा मखोयदा अदुगुंबगी दमक दी अखोयना ट्रेनिंग लोइरबा मतुंगदा पर टेंकी दा अखोयना कैलकुलेशन हो तौरगा अखोयना पैसा से थाथबी साइगे थाथरिबा पैसा से अखोयना हार्वेस्ट मतमदुदा अखोयना रिकवरी तौबगी अदुमगी पॉलिसी अमखतंग मणिपुर दा चौरामना दरकार ओइरिसे 7 crores 25 lakhs kg गुंबा अखोयदा दरकार ओइ अदा अखोयना पुथोइसदि approximately 3 crore approximately kgs अदु कतने अखोयना मणिपुर दा पुथोइसे अखोयगी दा जगा लै तबनते जगा लै मैन पावर वापनते मैन पावर सु लै अदु करिगुंबा सरकार की माइकई दगी नत्रगना लैरिबा कंपनी सिंग दगी सपोर्ट खरा पिबिरगदी सोइदना मपालोन दगी पुसलैबा nga singse अखोय मणिपुर सिदा पुथोगा अखोयगी सिविल लोन चांग मतंग पांगदर हाइबगी थाजबा अमखतंग लै
3 street lamps of Indo-Myanmar border town More remains flickering and some people have even experienced electric shock. General Secretary of the Old Community Development Organization More Kanel has appealed to the relevant departments to repair the street lamp at the earliest.
More Bazar Mayon the Leriba, Steve Lelasi, Simjin Bio, Masiam Kunkingai, Boy Angang Singapong. By Rutarki Matuya Papa, Mayama Tulpe, Matuma Mayamasi, Purkanaba, Marie Nebo, Ritina, Vincent Biomati, Katil Marung, the lady based benching issue, disco like it typed up, Papa, Papa, with the shoe, a season of the Sinjin Vida by Iduna, Marie Nebo, Authority, Yukun,
3-day training on the mushroom cultivation for Pradhan Mantri Bandhan Vikas Yojana SHG members started today at Krishi Vigyan Kendra Chandal. 50 members are taking part in the program organized jointly by Forest Department Chandal and Krishi Vigyan Kendra Chandal. Assistant Conservator of the Forest Chandal, the Forest Division S. L. Nyang Thian Hoi, MFS and the senior scientist and head ICAR KVK Chandal, Dr. Deepak, stressed on doubling income by cultivating oyster mushrooms. District Level Committee Nisha Mukta Bharat campaigned Thoubal to organize a painting competition on the theme Aikoi Nisha Thadoklashi as a part of a Nisha Mukta Bandhan campaign at the district election counting hold. District Social Welfare Officer Thoubal A. Kameshwar, District Program Officer of ICDS Thoubal T. Anita and Rajiv Kumar distributed prizes to the winners of the painting competition. One Muhammad Ashir Khan of Khetrigao Mamang Sabald Laikai has urged for public support. He alleged Yada Secretary Aribamd Aziz Khan of having served 3 years in Guwahati jail in a drug trafficking case. Sher Khan claimed that Aziz Khan has been accusing others, including him, to save his fellow member Nazakat. Speaking to media at his residence today, Sher Khan refuted all allegations charged upon him by Aziz Khan.
Aji Sarisi Jadagi, member of Nehaire Mahagna, Mahaki drug ka Marile Nadabami Shaknate drug, Asamgi, jail the Chahi Humle Roba Misakni, train the Purapada, train Duma Pula Padna, Kro Taragi, Pashaparaga, Mahaki Chahi jail the Leraga, Mark Shigraga, death certificate Piraga Bunupani, drug ka Marile Bunupani Marksu. Mahagna Haribudo, Mayamna, Amta Yabiganu, Maramdi Marksu, drug ka Marile Namni, Mark, drug you on Bamina. Drug thing up in Togaga Canana support of Wiki the Gaba. Mana Achum Manana Panyam to Suyaro Makana, drug Marilla in this say, I'm going to put up like I could Pali, Sida Hangu Mark, drug you on Bamira, you on the Bamira, I say.
President of All Manipur Muslim Women's Development Organization, Sitara Begum, has appealed to stop defaming Khetrigao over drug trafficking case. Speaking to media at the junior high school ground in the presence of representatives of local clubs in Mairapai Group today, Sitara Begum appealed to abide by decisions taken by local clubs and Mairapai groups. She also appealed to carry out combing operations by state force along with them. They also held a public meeting after the press meet. The meeting to ban counterfeit drugs in the Ketrigao area and warned those in drug trafficking to surrender to clubs and Mairapai latest by 5th of December. They also formed a united anti-drug committee for Ketrigao at the meet.
Lekai amazing club amadi Mairapai binakoli. Adu eragadi crime amathokpa matamda maruina sibaila asu police la asu department gi milak pakanda Mairapai kadaino aduga kalap kadaino ina kauthore. Adugumba kauthorpa matamda mating leina thabak tawriba miyam gi damakta matam sang na thabak tawraba ikhoisina Ketrigao si yon thokpagi mawongda hanna khongoina bagi ikai ba piba aduga operation macha tawbada Mairapai kalap kan tho amaga yimung ama changada badal lekai dum heta koisalaga knowledge amadi thamgadamni changu how.
A river transplant center will be open at Seja Hospital for the first time in Manipur. Seja Hospitals and AIG Hospital Hyderabad signed an MOU in this regard yesterday. Seja Hospital, the CMD, Dr. Palind, said that the center will not only provide benefits to people of Manipur but also to people of neighboring countries of Myanmar. VP of AIG Hospital Hyderabad, Santosh Kumar Sahu, said that AIG Hospitals along with Seja Hospitals will try to upgrade the center into an international leveled liver transplant center. He also assured that a super specialty outreach clinic on liver and oncology will be opened in the near future. Medical Superintendent of Seja Hospitals, Senior Dr. Jugindro Sorokaibam, has taken charge as the new President of Association of the Minimal Access Surgeons of India. Dr. Jugindro was appointed on November 22nd. He will serve a tenure of 2 years. The association, also known as Amashi in short, is the largest association of the minimal access surgeons in the world, over 11,000 members. The association, funded by Dr. C. Palanivelu from the GEM Hospital, Coimbatore, recently created history in the world for conducting the largest surgical conference online. Amashi conducted the 15th annual international conference Amasicon 2020 on the digital platform from 20th to 22nd of November. Live surgeries performed in the GEND Hospital, Mumbai, GEM Hospital, Chennai and Coimbatore, and ILS Hospital, Kolkata, were live streamed for 3 days, watched in around 36 countries apart from India. Faculties from 16 countries come together on the same platform to share experiences and teach younger surgeons. Border Security Force celebrated its 56th Rising Day at FTR headquarters, Mizoram and Kasar today. Speaking on the occasion, FTR IG encouraged personnel to continue the good work, boosted morale to troops and motivate them to perform their duty with enthusiasm and zeal. He added the force is aiding the civil police and other sister agencies to make the Kasar Valley drug smuggling free. On the occasion of 56th Rising Day of the elite force, its troops vow to safeguard the territorial integrity of the motherland with its motto, Jawan Prayan Kartavya. Now the sports news. The 14th edition of Hero I League will kick off on the 9th of November next year in Kolkata under the aegis of All India Football Federation, AIFF. The league that was pushed forward due to the COVID-19 pandemic will now be played in a biosecure bubble in Kolkata. Aizawl Football Club, Chennai City Football Club, Churchill Brothers Football Club, Gokulam Football Club, Indian Arrows, Mohammedan Sporting Club, Neraka Football Club Sangakfam, Punjab Football Club, Real Kashmir, Sudeva Football Club, Traw Football Club, Kwakaitheld will compete in the league. 6 winners of the league will further compete for group stage of AFC Club 2022. Second Artika Trophy of the 5A side football tournament 2020 organized jointly by Thangbirjao Youth Club and the youths of Artika, which begins on October 20, concluded today. Altogether 40 teams participated in the tournament. SALA Football Club beat Hata Football Club 1-0 in the final match of the tournament. Speaking at the concluding program, the social worker of the Khetragaon constituency, Sheikh Nurul Hassan, appealed to local clubs and organizations of the constituency to extend support to initiatives taken by Sheikh Babu Macha Memorial Trust in promoting sports. Developmental programs of AMFA referees will be taken out under the aegis of Old Manipur Football Association. Futsal referee workshop will be held from December 10th to 12th. Evaluation for referee instructors and referee assistants from December 20 to 22. Referees course for referees of Category 1, 2 and 3 from January 4 to 6th of next year, while arrangements are made to conduct the same for referee of the Category 4 and 5. Convener of AMFA Referee Committee as James Kumar notified interested referees, referee instructors and referee assessors to report within the 2 p.m. of December 7th. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin, but before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at the headlines once again. Nagaland Governor R.N. Ravi says the government of India is absolutely clear that there is and there shall be only one national flag and constitution in India. Manipur joins World AIDS Day observance. Max Project Director Haubam Rosita calls for timely detection of HIV. Chief Minister Nongthaman Biren reviews COVID-19 situation in Manipur. Chief Minister responses timely diagnosis and hospitalization. Imphal Municipal Corporation Public Health and Sanitation Chairperson H. Newton Chanda clarified IMC takes no money for funerals of COVID-19 deceased. Manipur reports 198 new COVID-19 cases and 8 deaths in last 24 hours. That toll reaches 289. A 25-year-old Thoubal Kekwan Primary Health Sub-Center turns into a chicken coop, depriving villagers of health facilities. And India's COVID-19 tally crosses 94.62 lakhs with over 31,000 new cases reported in last 24 hours. Recovery rate nearing 94%. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Coming up next is Prime-Timed Manipuri Bulletin. In the meantime, for more news and information, please do not hesitate to follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. Until then, have a great evening and stay safe.